strange day, to say the least. It has been a strange couple of days, hasn't it?
It really has been. But look, let's focus on the positives and say congratulations on the letter from the king. How did you find out you got the part? And I want to know, what was your reaction?
Well, I turned in my audition tape a bit late. Not because of that wasn't on me. It was just because it took them a long time to cast this role, and they were actually. So I delivered my tape on Saturday, and they started principal photography on Monday.
Oh my God!
So yeah, they were already over there in New Zealand. So I was so they told me, because they were in a hurry, that they would have to make a decision within 48 hours tops. It took them a week to finally tell me I got the part. And when I finally did, so there was this week, I'm still in theater school, and I was in school. I'm just every day I was just walking around, completely unfocused, completely like scared all the time. And every time a phone went off, I was like, because I thought this is it. But they just kept on waiting and waiting and waiting. And so 1 week later on Saturday, I was finally a bit relaxed because I could focus my mind on something else. And I think I was washing the dishes in the kitchen, and then my phone rang, and it was my agent. And I tried to pick up, but there was a connection error. So I couldn't hear her. And then I hung up, tried to ring her again, and it just didn't work. And then I realized, wait, let's try WhatsApp. So I called her via WhatsApp, and then she finally picked up the phone, and she told me I had the part. And I was just, that was a terrifying minute, that, okay, she's not going to call me for something else on a Saturday morning, unless it's for the show. So yeah, I was excited. My girlfriend was upstairs, so she was. I just ran to her and I screamed, and yeah, it was just a very, very happy moment.
So then the turnaround time must have been really quick for that. So how surreal was it then, getting that call and ending up on set?
Well, they took, if you ask me, it took them long enough to finally get me there, because I was like, they were saying, they told me, okay, you have the part, but you got to be ready to get on a plane by Monday. And I was like, yeah, I don't give a shit. Of course, I will. But then it was like, oh no, it's gonna be 1 week later. Oh, 2 weeks. Oh, 3 weeks. I was like, come on, what are you guys doing? But then finally, a couple of weeks later, they flew me out to New Zealand, and I had 2 weeks of prep over there, where I was coming in the costume fittings every day for several hours to for them. I was just a puppet for them to try the costume on and just do perfection and everything. They built everything designed everything from scratch, and that was, I really enjoyed that, just standing there and getting to talk about the costume. And our costume designer was very talented and just a wonderful human being. So I really enjoyed that. And I had horse riding lessons out in the open in the beautiful nature of New Zealand. So I didn't mind.
Wow. Like, this really is, it was worth the wait though, because it is
totally
epic series.
No need to pity me.
No,
sorry.
The pity has long gone. But like, a lot of people are saying this is Game of Thrones, but a younger version. What do you say to that?
Well, I feel flattered, because I think it's a compliment, and I agree in terms of the production value. We really, I'm not going to take credit for other people's jobs. Sorry. They put a lot of hard work in making it look like it does. So in terms of that, I would agree, but it's not Game of Thrones. It's not Game of Thrones for the YA space. It's The Letter for the King. It's very much its own show, with its own world and its own existence, right? So yeah, it flatters me, but no, it's The Letter for the King.
I like that you say that, and I like your take on your character of the prince, because if you just look at him just straight out, it's like he's an evil guy. He's the baddie. We won't call him evil. I'm not going to call him evil. I'm going to say he's the villain, the baddie. But you don't see him as that, do you?
No, I think if you want to be able to portray a character in an honest way, you should not perceive him as a bad guy, because no one perceives himself as a bad guy. So you got to understand him, and so that was one thing that I needed to find a way in order to be able to understand him and agree with him.
Yeah.
So I really needed to dig deep into his background to find things I could relate to, and that I would be able to stand there on set and actually think, you guys are all screwing up. I'm the only one actually doing something and actually trying to fix it. But you guys are just getting in the way and trying to, I'm not going to use strong language, but you know where I'm getting at. And the other thing was, well, if you look at me, I don't consider myself to be intimidating or scary or strong or big or all those things you would think a bad guy is, or a villain, or so I thought the only way I can achieve being scary is maybe by doing nothing at all, because we had the costumes, we had really talented DPs, Larry and Petra. We had all the great sets, so there was a lot for me to just let it go. Yeah. The scary setting is already there, and if I try to portray that myself as well, I think it will fail.
You mentioned let it go there. Before I let you go, what was it like letting him go? Like, you finally made it onto set. I'm sure the time just flew by, and then it was time to say goodbye to the character. What was that like, having to say bye?
Saying goodbye to the character was a good thing, because I really wanted to succeed. And when we finally had the last shot, it felt for me that I could let it go, like mission accomplished. So that was actually not that hard. The hard part was saying goodbye to all the people.
Yeah.
Because it turned out to be a very, very good experience with a lot of lovely people. I think you've talked to the others as well, right?
Said the exact same thing, but it was the people.
Yeah, it was such. I really enjoyed meeting all of them. The cast, the crew, every single one. It was just a lot of fun. So that really was the hard part, and that's also the thing. Because we were supposed to have a premiere tonight here in Amsterdam, and of course it's a shame that it got canceled. But I really wanted to see them again, and that was the biggest gift for me, to celebrate with all of them, and that's just a shame that we're not going to be able to do that.
But you're going to be able to see them again in watching the series. Will you be watching like the rest of us?
I will. Yeah, of course. I wanna see. I've seen it. I've seen it, but some things I saw early stages, so not everything was completely finished yet. And there, without spoilers, there are a couple of bits I'm really looking forward to see what it looks like when everything has come together.
Well, enjoy watching it back. Thank you so much for taking the time out and talking to us.
Thank you.
Saying at the start, it's a very strange new normal, but I'm glad that we're able to do this.
Yeah, I totally agree. Thank you for your time and your interest, and good luck with everything.
You too.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.